Have you ever noticed that your brain can turn a tiny problem into a complete disaster? An unanswered text suddenly feels like rejection. A strange pain becomes a life-threatening illness. A small mistake convinces you your future is ruined. But here's the strange. Your brain isn't trying to make you miserable. It's trying to keep you alive. Everything you've been told about anxiety is incomplete. Most people think anxiety is a flaw, a chemical imbalance, or simply overthinking. But neuroscience tells a very different story. The real reason you feel anxious began millions of years before smartphones, deadlines, or social media even existed. Imagine you're walking alone across the African savanna 100,000 years ago. The tall grass suddenly moves. Maybe it's only the wind, or maybe it's a hungry leopard. You don't have time to investigate. If your brain waits for proof, you're already dead. So evolution built something extraordinary. Instead of asking, is there danger? Your brain asks, what if there is? That single question kept your ancestors alive, and the descendants of those cautious survivors are you. Deep inside, your brain is a tiny almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. Think of it as your internal smoke detector. Its job isn't to make you happy. Its job is to detect possible danger before you're even aware of it. The moment it senses a potential threat, it sends an emergency signal through your nervous system. Your heart beats faster. Your breathing becomes shallow. Your muscles tighten. Stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol flood your body. All of this happens in a fraction of a second, often before you've consciously realized anything is wrong. But here's where modern life creates a problem. Your brain evolved to survive predators. It cannot easily tell the difference between a charging leopard and an important job interview. To your amygdala, both feel like threats to survival. And that's why anxiety exists. But if anxiety was designed to protect us, why does it so often make our lives worse? The answer lies in something psychologists call the negativity bias. Imagine two ancient humans walking through the forest. One hears a strange sound and thinks, it's probably nothing. The other thinks, that could be a predator. If the first person is wrong, they don't get a second chance. If the second person is wrong, they simply wasted a few seconds. Over thousands of generations, evolution rewarded the brain that expected the worst. Not because it was happier, but because it survived. That ancient survival strategy is still running inside your head today. Your brain constantly scans the world for possible threats. Most of the time, you don't even notice it's happening. It predicts, it imagines, it prepares. That's why your mind keeps replaying embarrassing moments from years ago. Why you rehearse conversations that haven't happened yet. Why you imagine every possible way something could go wrong. Your brain believes worrying today might prevent disaster tomorrow. From an evolutionary perspective, anxiety isn't a bug, it's a prediction machine working overtime. Scientists have even discovered that the brain's fear center communicates directly with the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for logic and decision-making. When the amygdala becomes highly active, it can temporarily overpower rational thinking. That's why during moments of intense anxiety, you already know your fears aren't logical, but they still feel completely real. Because emotions are generated faster than logic. Your thinking brain doesn't create anxiety. It often arrives late, trying to explain feelings that have already taken over. And that's why simply telling someone to stop worrying rarely works, because anxiety isn't a conscious choice. It's an ancient survival system doing exactly what evolution designed it to do. But here's the incredible news. Your brain is far more adaptable than your ancestors ever imagined. If anxiety is part of your survival system, can you actually control it? Yes, but probably not in the way you think. Most people try to fight anxiety. They tell themselves, calm down. Stop thinking about it. Just relax. But that's like trying to silence a fire alarm by yelling at it. The alarm isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was built to do. The real goal isn't to destroy anxiety. It's to teach your brain when it's safe. Neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity. Your brain's incredible ability to rewire itself through experience. Every time you face a fear, instead of avoiding it, you send your brain a new message. I survived. The next time, the alarm rings a little quieter, then quieter again. This is why exposure therapy is one of the most effective treatments for anxiety, not because it removes fear, but because it updates your brain's prediction model. Your ancestors survived by assuming the worst. You survive by teaching your brain that not every uncertainty is a threat. And there's something even more fascinating. Your brain cannot stay in a full fight or flight state forever. The moment you breathe slowly, relax your muscles, or remind yourself that you're safe, another system activates, the parasympathetic nervous system. Think of it as your brain's natural brake pedal. Your heartbeat slows. Stress hormones begin to fall, your breathing becomes steady, and your thinking brain slowly regains control. The danger didn't disappear, but your brain realized it was never there. So maybe anxiety isn't your enemy. Maybe it's an ancient bodyguard, one that evolved to protect a human living 100,000 years ago, but now struggles to understand the modern world. Your brain isn't trying to ruin your life. It's trying to save it. Using rules written millions of years before your first day at school, your first interview, or your first unanswered text message. The next time anxiety appears, remember this: it's not proof that something terrible is about to happen. It's proof that your brain cares more about your survival than your comfort. And perhaps, the greatest human superpower isn't living without fear. It's understanding why fear exists, and choosing to move forward anyway. Because once you understand your brain, it slowly stops controlling you